Yeah, we're the best.
Welcome to the show. Let's see what has been happening in the wrestling world. Welcome to the show, where comedy meets wrestling by fans for fans. The Two Count, always the best guests in Midwest. The Two Count, wait time guaranteed because we're the best of the best. Meet Big Ace and JR, Top Shelf Tommy, we're about to start. Welcome to the Two Count. It's time to dig deep into the wrestling world. Welcome to the Two Count, where comedy meets wrestling by fans for fans. The Two Count.
The Two Count. The Two Count. Where comedy meets wrestling. Please comment, share, like, and start a hype train for God's sakes. And now, here are the hosts of The Two Count. Comedian John Russell, wrestling broadcaster Big Ace, and everybody's favorite heel, Top Shelf Tommy.
Hey, we're here, and again, it breaks our hearts, but mark it down. Tuesday, August 20th, 7:03. We are, in fact, here for the JR Memorial Show. I'm Big Ace. With me is Top Shelf Tom Chillstrom. Yeah.
I mean, it was a good run for JR. He lived to be 125 years old. He provided laughter all over the Midwest, mostly at his own expense. A true legend to zero game. He will be missed, though. He will be missed. It's going to be harder to do this show without him. I mean, because
he makes the pictures.
he makes the pictures. He makes some of the intros, outros, all that sort of shit. But also, he's just really easy to make fun of. He's old. He's a curmudgeon. I mean, so he will be missed. But it's nice to have Ace back. He missed last week.
I did. I'm very, very sorry. Dude, last week. Holy hell, last week. Sorry, I'm trying to just make sure we're sharing so people know we're on.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you didn't really miss much comedy, so, we were talking about stuff that you knew nothing about. All right, a little bit about.
Hey, man. I enjoyed my brief stint of open micing.
A cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee. All right. Yeah, I had to do the thing. There's a place called ABC. They do like employment for people with disabilities, stuff like that. And every year I play music at their banquet ceremony because they treat it. It's their awards for the year for all the staff, and they treat it like a big deal. It is a big deal for them. One of them ladies have been there 30 years, 40 years.
Damn.
Standing ovation. Like, it was crazy. But yeah, I went on vacation right after our show last week, the week before. I came home from vacation. That day I had the most fucking horrible migraine I've had to date. And it didn't go away till like Thursday or Friday. So last week was a fucking blur, and just not a lot happened in my life other than sitting in the dark. So yeah, but we're good to go now. Hell yeah, because we got a bunch of shit coming up, y'all. Whole bunch of shit coming up.
So much stuff going on coming up. I mean, and just to let everybody know, we are going to talk Bridge City Slam 6.
Yes.
Austin Bayliss is going to be hitting us up the second hour of the show, 8 o'clock or so. So we're looking forward to that. So don't fret, everybody. Don't fret. Zach Takis, we appreciate you being here, obviously.
We can't wait to see Zach at Bridge City Slam.
Yeah, it's going to be busy, though, man. September, like, guys at the bar are like, hey, what Saturdays you working in September? I'm like, haha, none of them here. All of them fucking everywhere else. Good Lord.
It's going to be insane, dude.
Yeah, it's too much.
But it's gonna be fun.
I know, but I already need like a nap just thinking about it. I know that makes me sound so much like JR, rest in peace, but
Never forget.
never forget. Sometimes the old man had some wisdom,
By
sometimes.
the way, if you all have a memory you want to share of JR in his honor,
drop a
throw
comment.
that out. Throw that in the comments. We'll make sure his family sees that.
Yeah. I mean, we don't
yeah.
want to talk to his family either. They are trying to blame us for this loss. It's like, whatever, he's going to die anyways. He's old.
You make jokes about him dying.
Yeah, like
He
it's not that bad. I mean, it wasn't the dick cancer. The dick cancer did not take him out. If anybody knows the reference.
I mean, yeah, good for that.
Yeah, it was just old age. Old age finally got him.
Bad back, bad knees, bad hips.
He moved like a sloth on like too much alcohol. You know what I mean? Like it's just like almost like not Herman Munster. Who's the Lurch from the
Addams family? Yeah, like a fatter Lurch.
Yeah, you right.
With more hair. This is
I'm gonna go to hell for making fun of the deceased like this, but
he would want us to roast him though.
He would if it's not funny, let us know. Drop a comment saying we're out of fucking line. I mean, I'm definitely not out of line. I know what a good roast is, and this is more than he deserves, to be real honest with you, everybody.
It might be.
Yeah.
I don't know. You could also be upset that he kind of was one of the reasons you got kicked in the balls at Madhouse, but that's neither here nor there,
I don't know why you got to bring up such bad memories.
But it doesn't matter. JR's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. I mean, gone and not soon forgotten, though, because I got to figure out what we're going to do for that show in Bismarck, September 20th. It's a Friday. So, again,
I could probably just, I have his CD in the closet. I could probably just do his act.
I mean, how about this? How about we bump Andy Fisher up a spot, then I move up a spot, and then you just come out and host for us. Team Fancy Ketchup rides again.
And
all the way to Bismarck.
And fixed. I'm sorry.
Fixed?
I should your show.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Sorry, I'm loading all our stuff up because we do have Austin Bayliss from Central Empire Wrestling, Bridge City Slam coming up in a couple weeks. Big deal. So I'm getting all our graphics up for that when he is on. Very exciting. We even have maybe a couple announcements or two regarding some of the festivities at Bridge City Slam and ya boys.
Uh-oh. Well look who finally decided to show up.
Timmy. What up, brother?
Yeah. What up, Tim?
What up, dude? You don't even know, dude. Tim's ready. This dude's getting ready. He's talking about training hard. Like, he's ready to go.
Tim.
And
shut up with this Nello World Order bullshit. You never been better than Team Top Shelf. You had to use the Top Shelf to get known, man. Come on, dude.
I don't think that's accurate, but
it's probably not. But whatever, man. I gotta say it. I saw that you're trying to help out townies, man. That's good of you. That's real good of you. I saw the spot.
Hey, Tina, are you in Las Vegas as we speak for the Cauliflower Alley Club?
Probably.
That is happening right
Mid-level
now.
does that kind of shit.
Big shout out to all our good friends out there that we get to see at the Waterloo, George Dragoos Luthez Hall of Fame that all go out there, including Mr. Brian B. Blair, who runs that whole shindig out there. So someday, maybe. You know what appeals to me about that one, the Cauliflower Alley Club, is the fact that it is in Vegas and it's in like the plaza, which I'm a Fremont guy. So like, if I could go and check out some wrestling and hang out with some wrestling people while having a good time, that's not a total loss. So, but we'll see. Maybe someday they'll be like, 2 Count needs to come, and they need to be here.
We've been doing all this work for the Hall of Fame now for 2 years, and I've been going there for 3 years. Like, isn't it amazing? You bring me around, and also opportunities start hitting like crazy. It's nuts, man. It's just nuts. The Top Shelf gets you those opportunities. Right, Tim Nella?
Yeah, that or we helped you. Either way, I think it was
You
a
helped
collaborative.
me.
I think it was
You
a
helped me.
collaborative effort.
Collaborative, my ass, man.
Yeah, because I was the one that didn't want it.
People know the star. They know it. Come on, man. Like you guys.
I don't know, man. Because like right now, it looks like your studio's kind of not what it used to be. Like
Hey, dude, this is just temporary. I got the temporary living change here at the Casa Strom. So, had to change around the studio a little bit, make some accommodations for some friends of mine that needed to a place to stay. See?
Oh, shit.
There you go, Tim. Now you understand. So, yeah. Change around the studio. What are you doing?
I'm tweeting. Don't you tweet ever?
I do. Yeah,
I know you do all our tweeting.
That shirt is top shelf. Yeah, right. See, there you go, Tim. Just admit it, man. You're jealous of the top shelf. Ada Johnson, the Rocksma.
Well, I saw that picture. Yeah, cool. Good for your. That was awesome. That's cool. I bet she was a sweetheart.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Oh, discount makes an appearance.
Oh, he's probably not used to this because usually, like right here, is that plastic table.
Mm-hmm.
Like here, I'll show you a little bit because Tom, but like, I mean,
the studio's a changing, everybody.
Look at this it's like a 2-tiered type dealy thingy, and it's just very freaking massive compared to what was in here.
I tell you what, that motion sickness I just got is worse than I got from Cloverfield. Holy fuck. Could you keep a camera straight once in your life?
You saw Cloverfield?
Of course I did, man.
Loser.
Who didn't? No, I didn't get sick, though. I don't get motion sickness because I'm a fucking real person who knows that.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't think you do because I would have saw that on the boat. You only get motion sickness when you're fucked up.
Well, and even that's not motion sickness. That's just me fucked up. Yeah, I mean, that's how real I am, everybody. No motion sickness for this guy. I'm top shelf all the way.
No motion
drink myself into.
Should just start calling you Tommy Motion Sickness Chillstrom.
Tommy, no motion sickness. That sounds stupid. And let's go top shelf. That's the way it's got to be. Also, hey, you know what, Nella? That's for you too.
Hey, take it down a notch with that shit.
Why?
That's my brother right there.
I get it. Oh, I understand. I know where the sellouts really start. Yeah. It starts and ends with you, Ace. Selling me down the river. Jumping up and down like your JR when I got kicked in the balls.
But here's the deal. You're going to have to coexist at some point because we're all going to be on this thing together.
Oh, I've been told I'm going to be thrown off the boat several times. Like Dan said it to me before. JR has mentioned it before. I think you said it. It's not Team Nella, Tina, you mid-level jerk. It's
except now Nella has the capabilities of actually throwing you over the boat, unlike me and JR, because JR, well, let's just be honest, you can run away. And you get the height on me, so I don't know if I'd be able to put you up and over. Yeah.
Damn.
Lab glass, hell yeah. Our dear, and might I say, the best captain around. Our dear friend Captain Midnight Guthrie was a big part of that Joe Hendry match at that MAW show. I don't know. I haven't talked to Captain to see how it all went down. We'll get to do that next week, maybe. I don't know if he'll be at that show. We got an absolute show, though, in like another week and a half. Be good to get back on the road.
31st, we'll be in Waterloo yet again because Iowa. All the fucking time with Iowa. There's a possibility we're going to fucking spend 4 straight Saturdays in Iowa. Fuck, dude. Oh, Everhart was good. Yeah, you dang right, man. Ethan Everhart, man.
Oh, we love our boy Ethan Everhart, the wild man. I was thinking, does he not look exactly like fucking Hercules, like the Disney cartoon?
Wow. Now you say that. It's a good point, man.
I know. Next time I see him, I'm gonna probably end up being like, "What up, Herc?" And he's gonna be like, "Oh."
We gotta get him on the show just so we could fucking like plaster a bunch of Disney's Hercules photos all over the internet. Be like, and just tag him. Our good friend Ethan Everhart. That's not me, guys. Like it is you.
0 to hero, brother.
Exactly you.
Anyways, we got a lot of stuff going on. We're going to talk Bridge City Slam. Before we do that, though, something worth mentioning, and that is there's another big happening in Iowa. And this is happening the week after Bridge City Slam. We got 2 big weekends in Iowa, the 2 count. And that,
well, again, like I said, 3. I mean,
well, really 3, yes, but
4.
The 14th of September, we're going to be down there. And what's really cool about this is seeing 2 promotions running the same metro area and promoting each other to show that, hey, this is going to be one hell of a, because it worked out so perfect that you can literally come to Adventureland, gates open at like 11 or noon, 21 up at the park all day. It's going to be a party. Okay. I didn't know that. I thought it was like still open to families and shit, but no,
They're like, nah, Oktoberfest motherfuckers shut this thing down.
for real. Yeah, dude, it is. It's the whole park is 21 and up that day. It's going to be insane. But it all works out that we're doing some of this stuff throughout the show, Madhouse, that is over at Adventureland for Oktoberfest. But by the time we are done, everyone will have enough time to make the whatever 15-20 minute drive to the other part of the metro area and then check out Absolute Pro Wrestling making their Des Moines area debut. Of course, means Top Shelf Tommy will be out there lending his voice to the commentary team. I will not.
I am the commentary team at this point, man.
Yeah, you are, bro. You're fucking Joey Styles, yo.
I know. Hey, hey, in all honesty and for real here, shout out Badger Calhoun. Gotta get yourself healthy, gotta get yourself right, bud. Can't wait to have you back on commentary. Hopefully, maybe next season.
Yeah. Big love, support, positivity, prayer, everything. Like send that to our boy Badger's way. Him, his family, they could really use it. And man, it's been a minute, dude. We miss Badger. Like we miss seeing him at the shows and seeing the excitement, you know what I mean, that he would get into. Watching him watch matches and knowing he missed, wanting to be, wishing he could be back in there and seeing the reactions. Nobody better to watch a wrestling show with.
No,
you know what I mean? So, yeah,
very true.
We're excited to see him hopefully soon down the road. But it's going to be an amazing day. And then to top this all off, well, really to kick it all off, but this was the cherry on top. We just found out a week ago that our good friend
of the show,
co-creator of what is going to be the 2 count theme song once JR finishes his shit. No.
Fuck, we got to do it now.
Oh, fuck. Which, yeah, by the way, if you're just getting here, JR Memorial Show, welcome 2 count. We do have Bridge City Slam Talk with Austin Bayliss. He'll be coming on the second hour right about 8 o'clock here. We're going to get into that huge wrestling fest going on with that. But yeah, damn, we're going to have to figure out how to get the Nerd D thing going. But Nerd D is now playing Des Moines area September 13th, Friday night. So y'all, it's a great weekend to be in Des Moines, September 13th, 14th.
You think if we hit him up, hey, Mr. Nerd D, sir.
Mr. Nerd D, sir.
Can you do us a favor? Can you play the 2 count song during your set? That would be fucking dope. You probably won't do it. You know what? We should actually ask him to do it his week before at Saturday Night Nitro at Mall America. He ain't gonna do it. Like,
we're probably not even gonna be there either. So that would be hilarious if we did it.
This is what I'm talking about, man. Like, I mean, it's one thing if you're a wrestler in the business, right? And you got people who want to come after, and like book you for this. Oh, fuck, I'm already busy. I'll book you for that. Oh, shit, I'm already busy. But us, man, as podcasters, you as a ring announcer, me doing commentary, JR being dead. I mean, there's just so many angles we get where people are just hitting us up like, hey, I got this. We want you at this. We got this. We need you at this. Dude, I'm exhausted just thinking about how September's going to go. I have one Saturday away from wrestling in about a 7-week stretch. And you know what I'm going to do with that Saturday?
Golf.
I'm going to go golfing with my buddy Craig. My buddy Craig has a membership in Troy Burn out there in Hudson, Wisconsin.
I've never played it.
I'm going to go.
I've heard good things, but I've also heard overrated. So I'm kind of, I don't know.
So here's the thing. It did come up on an Instagram that I saw, a post I saw. Somebody shared with me that Troy Burn one of the highest rated public courses in the upper Midwest. So I'm looking forward to just being an absolute jackass out there, wearing my great Shank of Golf gear, looking top shelf as ever. Hey, it's Malice. Malice, welcome to the JR Memorial Show. Please, feel free to give us your favorite moments with JR, however dumb it might be. Just let us know. Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing, Tina. You just go to them. You don't have to. You don't have to go to all of them. But, we appreciate you do, even with how mid-level you are. But, that's for you, though, Tina. Like, again, us being asked to do all this stuff, hey, I got this, I got this, I got this. Hey, you guys want to do this? It gets a lot.
It does. Here's the deal. Here's what I'm trying to focus on, though, Tom, because it does become a lot.
Yeah.
During the summer, it takes a toll.
Yeah.
But we're pretty fortunate enough that the places we work with don't typically run through the entire winter. Madhouse doesn't run really in the winter at all, except for our November show, which is actually very close to our home, in my home. So that one's not a huge deal. Absolute runs a couple. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
And if the weather's good, we'll go. They are fully understanding if the weather is bad and we cannot make it, because no one wants to be. If you live in the Midwest, you know what winter's like. You wouldn't expect anybody to do it. So we're pretty fortunate that we have some companies like that we get to work with. So I just think about soon it's going to be winter, and soon we're not going to be going anywhere, and we're going to just be locked in our houses being like, fuck this. No golf, no wrestling. This fucking sucks.
Oh, no. I live close enough to the Midwest Golf Dome. I'm going to be there quite often. Okay. I don't know why I'm doing this with my hand. I feel like
and that's fine. I'm
here. Hey, the Midwest Golf Dome. It's the good dome. If you've never seen the Midwest Golf Dome, it's a great dome. I hate this, man. Oh God, I hate this. So dumb. You can't even do hand gestures now without looking like Trump. It's fucking dumb.
It is.
And I'm not trying to be political. I just hate everybody. Everybody who's in politics, I hate them. Dumb. Everybody's dumb. Yeah, Mouse, let us know what your favorite JR moment is. Who's this person? Yo, what's up? Roman and Jimmy Uso versus Solo Sikoa. And
who is it? Jonas? Welcome, Jonas. Let us know.
Jonas.
So are you asking us? I mean, it would have to be. So he's saying Roman and Jimmy Uso versus.
I would say Tama Tonga, because he's really the first one of Solo's bloodline, right?
So, but where the question then begs, where does, because he's saying Jimmy Uso, but where the fuck does Jey Uso fit in all this? The guy is so fucking hot right now. Where does he play? You
just let him go yeet all over the place. Yeet.
Well, but that's just it, dude. Like, do you let him go? Let him go yeet all over the place with Rhea? Because
I said that, right?
That was where I was going, was the Rhea part. So you dropped in with a perfect timing on that. But I mean, that's the thing. We had the tease of him asking for Rhea's number. It blew up. People love that little segment. So I mean, that could have wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, hang on. Banquet 1 of 2 tomorrow. Tina is getting ready to head to it. Have a good time. In the middle of the banquet, just stand up and say, everybody watch the 2 count.
Yeah. Be a real champion mid-level. Just do it.
Don't get in trouble, though. Enjoy Tina and say hello to everybody that we know. Tell them we wish them well. See them soon.
Yeah.
So, do you have Jay get involved in the shit with Priest and Rhea? Or do you have him get back into the bloodline shit? Like Roman's face, he's Jay's uber face.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if Jimmy's trying to find his way back to that, that's not a bad spot for him to be. I don't know. That's a good question. Hey, here we go. Goals.
Guatemala cooker. Oh, them Guatemalan cookers, man.
Yeah, them Guatemalan cookers, man. I tell you, in a Canadian border town, none less, right?
That was I mean, that's a great time. Great time.
I
The
mean,
Bizzles, I love it.
yeah,
The
yeah.
Nose Candy and JR. I mean, those were nights, man. Let me tell you.
You know, JR's got some or had some stories, which is a RIP. You know, that's not a typo. Oh yeah, we know we know those Guatemalan cookers, they're good cooks, man. People forget this. They just assume that all Mexicans are good cooks. No, man, all Latin American folk
Well, it
are.
just says a lot about JR too, though. Instead of just getting like instead of going to the street, just get himself an actual hooker in Guatemala. He just went to the kitchen,
Oh, he found the Guatemalan cookers
just
in a
fucking
Canadian border town, dude. Like he knew where to go.
drops her chef pants right there, and kaboom.
That's right, man. Booger sugar aplenty. No hookers in sight.
Is
Only
hookers and
Guatemalan cookers.
is hookers and blow still a thing in the metro area as far as a karaoke cover band?
I didn't know that was a cover band.
Oh yeah, they used to do like a weekly stint at the Fine Line back in the day in like 2004 or some shit.
Wow.
It was
I mean, I was gonna say hookers and blows, good thing in any metro area, but you know, it's harder to find in some of these.
Oh
small
yeah,
regions.
no, it was the name of this like karaoke cover band. You know what I mean? Where they'll play the song and you sing along.
Okay.
And it was called Hookers and Blow.
That's great, man. Because I mean, I'd never heard of them, but you know, me and Fine Line, I've only been there a few times and never really enjoyed the place. It's not really my vibe, if you will.
It's a cool little spot. Depending on what you're
bad.
there to see.
Some of the shows they have there are just so fucking weak. Jacob Batu, Jacob Solo Sikoa versus Roman and Jimmy on SmackDown. Okay, Jacob Fatu makes sense though. Yo, Shanky baby,
Shanky baby. Oh no, Shank's favorite bad show. Wait, Guatemalan cookers?
yeah, that's probably his favorite bad show.
That makes a lot of sense actually. And
Hey,
that would
Shank,
explain why he loves JR so much. Rest in
yeah.
peace.
Shank, let us know your favorite JR moment. This is his memorial service, kind of, sort of like, you know, RIP JR. But yeah, let us know your favorite moment for JR. I'll tell you what my favorite moment is the first time I went down to Goonies, and it was this weird spin the wheel, have to do this
I
a bit on that.
Yeah.
Which it's not bad, but unfortunately the same fucking bit came up 4 times, and I was the 4th one to get the fucking thing. All I could really do was just kind of piggyback on the other 3. So
what was the bit? Do you remember?
It was something like ballpark hot dogs or something like that. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know exactly what that means, but
If it means something to him, all the more to you, brother.
yeah. No, so and he even told me that night, he's like, you know, you really probably shouldn't have just called back everybody. I was like, yeah, what do you want to do when the only thing I could think of is the only good thing to do with a ballpark hot dog is throw it at a small child. But this is Rochester. You can't get away with comedy where you throw things at small children. And JR was just laughing. I'm like, yeah, there you go, man. See, I go, you and I can say it. I can say it here now because this is the internet, and I'll live on forever if I say things about like throwing hot dogs at kids. Absolutely. I used to do that shit. Dollar Dome night at the Metrodome. Just sit out in the bleachers, like get the cheap seats in the home run deck and just
the fact that there used to be a dollar dome night, dog night at the Dome. You know what I mean? They're like what, $7 now at a fucking game? Like,
no.
What?
I mean, they weren't big, obviously, but they were, you know, like you could still make a meal because you could get 3 at a time. And like basically,
hell yeah.
Just walk the concourse. You can go get 3 from this stand, 3 from that stand, because it was all basically the same food every stand. Like they didn't have all this stuff now. Like when we were at Raw XL Energy Center, dude, like you got one that's Austin Pizza, one that's brats, one's the State Fair food. I was like, listen, dude, I live so close to the Minnesota State Fairgrounds. This whole next week is gonna be fucked. Like it's just gonna be so maddening. I can't. Like, I'm looking for any reason to just not be around my house the next week and a half. It's not that I hate the State Fair. I just hate the State Fair and everybody who goes to the State Fair. If you guys have never been to the Minnesota State Fair, let me just give you an example of what it
Yeah.
is. Okay, just think of the world's largest, shittiest dive bar. It's just packed with people, but you also get to bring kids. Fuck it, every bit of it. Fuck it. There's too much food for people to consume, so you got fat people who are going to get fatter right in front of your face. Like,
I mean,
bro,
that's why I go.
to get fatter, or just to watch the people get fatter.
Both.
Both, yeah. Well, and Chris is playing though, right? Like
Hey,
Chris,
Chris plays Cafe Carib all week, so go check out my homie. He opens
all week. I thought it was just the one day.
No, he plays there literally the entire fair.
Damn, Chris Lawrence, by the way, is who we're talking about. Yeah, good friend of Ace, and I'd like to say he's a good acquaintance of mine now. So
that's the homie, bro. I feel really bad because we haven't gotten to kick it in so long. Because ever since I started working the second job, dude. I mean, whenever we're not at shows or doing something, that's where I'm at, and it's hard to get away.
It's true.
Hard to get away.
That it is, man. That it is. Also, I messed up, by the way. So if you guys did see the little post earlier that Ace threw up there with the Jericho Cruise, Great White is going to be playing the Jericho Cruise, and their original lead singer just passed away this last week too. Like, Jack Russell had to overshadow John Russell. Like, first of all, you're a person named after a dog. Come on, dude. Like, I don't have any respect for that dude, man. Like, I mean, even that you helped create one of the most mediocre hair bands of the 80s. Got no respect for Jack Russell. No, I'm just kidding. R.I.P. I can't talk ill of the dead. John Russell to it by like a couple days.
Yeah. I know the name, right? Great White. I know the name. I don't know if I know any of the songs off the top of my head. I think JR said one that we were like, oh, yeah. I'm not going to lie. I've gotten to the point with these Jericho cruises. Got him.
Damn, Mouse.
Oh, shit. Hey, man.
It's maybe a little too much. Maybe a little too much right now. We're just trying to be respectful of the family.
True.
Not really too much, but like enough. You're saying though, like as far as the music on the boat,
I don't watch any of it. I will watch a little bit of Guardians of the Jukebox because it's a cover band. But the thing is, once you watch them the first time, they play basically the same set the rest of the boat.
It's highly entertaining, though. It
is. I'll check out Fozzy now. The first two cruises we watched, obviously the first cruise we watched like every show. The second cruise, I think I watched one or two of the shows, and then like some of the cover set show they do because they do one set on the boat, everybody, where Fozzy just does covers for a whole set, and that's usually fun.
Yeah, like Jericho dresses up for it. Like it's a lot of leather, so
it's a lot of but. Overall,
I mean, I'm not just talking about his skin. I'm talking about his actual outfit, though, too. A lot of leather.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not going to watch partly any of the music.
Well, it's even after last year. I mean, that's the thing. You're an old timer now. Like, you'll be a fourth cruiser out of 6. I'll be a second out of 6. Like, and look at us. Look at us. Yeah, we're doing what they tell us every year for Hall of Fame. We're bringing our friends. We got Nella, JR. Well, JR's son now is going to be there, so I guess we're not bringing 3. We're bringing 2.
No, technically 3, because JR was supposed to go the year that COVID caused us to move it, and then we canceled. So he actually is never gone.
Well, I mean, we can bring his ashes. We'll have to.
Oh fuck yeah! I forgot he's dead. Shit.
Yeah, we'll have to maybe pass that by Norway.
Maybe his son could bring some and spread it out off their balcony.
Yeah, or once we get to Dominican Republic, just sprinkle some little ashes on that white sand beach, kick it around a little bit. There you go, pops. Made it to paradise finally. You know what I mean?
Like fucking lay it out. All of a sudden, some dog just comes by and like pisses right in that spot. Be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, actually, it would be a Jack Russell Terrier at that point too.
Yeah, yep.
Sorry, I can't help but laugh.
Oh man,
sometimes.
So this is all you guys have to look forward to, by the way. Like, again, no more JR. This is his memorial show. But we are getting closer to that time of the show of where we'll get into the Bridge City Slam with Austin Bayliss. He's actually, do you know what he's doing right now?
I do. He's on our friends over at Card Subject to Change. Those
don't go over there right now. Don't go over there right now.
Yeah, don't go over there. Just stay here.
Follow them.
Yeah, follow our good friends. They don't normally do a Tuesday show. Normally they're on Sundays, but we're doing this to each other.
Go ahead.
How goes it, fella? Oh, only to Big Ace. Okay, that's fun, Joshua Joseph. Here, I thought I was the reason you stuck around for so long. I am, but whatever. Don't acknowledge it. It's fine. No. Never wrong, Nick, and the Wizard, CK. Like they're good dudes. Appreciate them being part of the wrestling community. They're from like right on the border of Iowa and Illinois. So yeah, and they got some of those deep cut sponsorships, by the way. Low Pies is one of their sponsors, by the way. So
Hell yeah.
if we ever get down to Davenport, man, we gotta definitely hit that up, right? Low Pies? Have to.
Dude.
Have to.
Yeah, dude.
If you're a WWE fan, if you don't know what the fuck we're talking about, get yourself to Des Moines, or not to Des Moines, excuse me, to Davenport. Go to Low Pies. You'll figure out what the fuck we're talking about, okay? Just or even Google it. Just Google it and then get your asses down to Davenport, Iowa. Which, listen, if you don't find Davenport on your map, it means you need a new map. If anybody doesn't get that reference, Tommy Boy, baby. Woo! Self high five. All right. We're doing it. We're doing some DDP kind of shit here, too.
Self high five. Are we, though?
I am. Myself high fives all the time, man. I can't give one to the Big Lebowski here because he can't raise his hands. What no? I do some DDP shit.
You give yourself high fives all the time?
Yeah, why not, dude?
All the time.
How else you get hyped when no one else is around, dude? What are you doing? You're like, man, we're gonna, dude. Come on, man.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, dude, you want to know something? Like, let's change it up real quick. Let's talk golf. You and I are golfers. Let's talk golf real quick.
Okay.
So I got the Works Golf Scramble is coming up again September 11th, right? Last year, my partner in the scramble.
Ooh. Odd day for it.
Well,
never forget.
We'll never forget. It's a Wednesday this year, though, so it's never forget. But my partner from last year, we get paired up. You pick one of somebody else, and then they pair you up based on skills and shit like that. He won the longest drive contest last year, hole 10, Como Park golf course. And I kind of remember loosely where he hit it last year, the longest drive, right? I went out there, played last Friday, and I bombed this fucking sucker, dude. Like, hole 10, I made it my absolute bitch, okay? I outdrove where his ball landed by a good 15 yards, man. Like, I was out past that shit. And I'm not swinging ping, Callaway, Titleist. Like, I'm not swinging the big stick or the expensive stick. I'm literally just swinging sticks. That's all I'm swinging. So
you're not swinging big sticks. Is that what you just?
I'm not swinging like the big name brand sticks. I got my own just sticks brand.
Yeah.
So
but
it was a fucking day, man.
Hell yeah. I want to hear a little bit more about the hole in one challenge thing you did, but first we're gonna play a little memorial song for JR, and also you brought up Chris Lawrence, so let's show people some Chris Lawrence.
Hell yeah. Let's do some Biden stories. I mean, golf stories.
What?
No, it's what's Joshua Joseph's name. Top shelf Biden golf story. See?
For JR.
R.I.P., buddy. Now, did Chris purposely shoot this out of focus?
I think so.
Okay.
I think that was the idea.
All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly, blackbird fly to the light of the dark black night.
For JR.
For JR.
For JR, he did it.
For JR.
Crazy, right?
All your life. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbird fly. Blackbird fly.
I mean,
Blackbird
so right.
fly into the light of the dark black night. Oh,
yo here.
yeah.
He's here. Good call, Malice. Good call.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night.
Which, by the way, we missed JR, but go see Chris Lawrence at the Minnesota State Fair all week.
All your
We're not using this as a way
life.
to promote Chris in any way, but
You were only waiting
never did.
for this moment to
we would never
arrive.
exploit JR's death.
Blackbird fly.
But coincidentally,
Blackbird fly.
So it's Mississippi.
Blackbird fly. Oh, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive.
Beautiful stuff there by Chris Lawrence, man. Heck yeah. Hell yeah.
Man, I
Hell
mean,
yeah.
JR, you big fucking blackbird, you.
We'll see you again sometime.
What are we going to do without you?
Probably a better show, to be real.
Yeah, possibly. We could get Whitney on full time now, probably.
Ooh, we probably could. We probably could. She would probably dig that, yeah. She might be late, though, once in a while.
Same size boobs. Bet you didn't know that.
Really? Good.
I don't know.
Good to know. Good to know.
Oh, see, there we go. See, because we're going to need that too. We're going to need that.
That's true.
Too. Thank you, Mike. And fuck Will Sasso.
Why don't you like Will Sasso?
Because if Mike's going to go after him, I want Mike to win.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. I mean, but Will Sasso is so much older than Malice, right? Yeah. I mean, because he can't be on the show anymore, Joshua Joseph. He's dead.
Dead.
You don't see this on the bottom here? R.I.P. JR. Yeah. Oh, we need J who? Yeah. Oh, we're gonna bring on that beautiful blonde, and she's just gonna make everybody's day so much better, like
the other beautiful blonde.
Well, the real beautiful blonde. I mean, nothing against JR in that respect. We need cake.
We need multiple cakes though, because again, she needs her own.
That's true.
Yeah, that ain't wrong there, Mike.
Center.
You ain't wrong.
And the sharpshooter too. Like, I think he's taken quite a few of these high-level moves. I know you don't necessarily like Bret the Hitman Hart, but he, Will Sasso did take a sharpshooter. So that's right. That's right. Yeah, when he takes cakes from kids in wheelchairs.
This is true. I forgot about that. I totally forgot about that.
Malice is our own little historian for the show. Thank you. Well, I'll just say historian. I don't want to say little. That sounds condescending. SmackDown Roman. Hell yeah, man. We're gonna watch. Are you? Oh, yeah. I like how you're acknowledging him. Hell yeah, dude. There you go. That's the way. The true tribal chief, right? The OG, the original tribal chief. Oh man, the Thunder Disco. Oh my God,
Thunder Disco. So Survivor Series is like the next one, right? No, that's in November. We have October, so we have Bad Blood coming first.
But no, Bash in Berlin.
Oh, Bash, yeah, okay.
Then Bad Blood.
Bash in Berlin, then Bad Blood. Oh, yeah, because September, October. But I'm thinking y'all, depending on the date. Someone let me know in the chat room if you know the date, because I don't want to look it up right now. It slows my shit down. But we might do a Survivor Series watch along. And if we could get it done, how we want, we might do it in the St. Paul area at a special location.
November 30th.
So yeah, there's a good chance that we will be covering that. I don't know, Labor Day weekend, or wait, which one is that?
So All In is this weekend.
Okay.
And then All Out is the
Why don't
weekend after Labor Day. They had to push that one back because everybody was
That's
complaining about how close it was.
right. Which is
And
funny
then
because then everybody complained that they moved it back.
yeah, because then they don't have. I think they kept it on Sunday of the weekend after. I think.
Listen, Goro, I said something about this a little bit earlier. He got a little pissy about it. It's a sore subject.
It's not a sore subject. No, I'm very kind to my friends who needed a place to stay, so I moved my studio. Okay, I opened up the office / spare bedroom, made it into theirs for the time being. So this is how we're living right now. I'll maybe if you guys want me to add a shelf, I'll fucking add a shelf. I'll put it like right up here, right where the top shelf normally is. So no juice at the concessions. What is that for September or November? Because September there's no kids there, so I would hope there's no juice at the concessions for September. So there's that. Oh, you need to bring your equipment for the 14th or no?
I do.
Oh boy, it's gonna be so crazy.
Well, but you're taking your own car.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, it's gonna be so fucking crazy. We got so many things. So, no juice at the concessions. Bash at Berlin. That's what Mike is saying. I guess I don't know what the fuck he's saying. Malice is he's drunk already. Malice is working days now, everybody. That's why he's been hanging out with us so much. No juice.
Wait,
is that what they're saying? OJ's dead, so no juice. Get it? Anyhow, it's dumb. Sorry, I shouldn't say that.
Juice.
Yeah, good, crazy stuff though going on, man. So much.
What's the lineup for this weekend's pay-per-view then for AEW? Because I didn't even know it was this weekend.
Yeah, man. The big matches, if you will, are gonna be Tony Storm takes on Mariah May, and that's a battle of who is the sexiest in AEW. That's not true. That's not what that is, but
not true. But it,
kind of is true. Let's see. And then also you got MJF defending that American title against Will Ospreay. Here we go. Saraya might also be in that match for the women's title. I don't think it's going to probably happen, but we'll see. Kazuchika Okada takes on Claudio Castagnoli for the Continental Crown Championship.
Ooh.
So that's going to be pretty fun because that's going to be like a first time ever, I believe. Don't do this to me, Mouse, you fucking asshole. Started going crazy on me. A mind of its own. Damn it, you website. What the fuck website?
Oh, hell yeah, Joshua.
Wrestle Talk.
That's what's fucking up, bro. Yeah, dude. They're going to do their first watch along in a live public setting for Survivor Series. Hey, good on you, man. Clint died. What's up, brother? Love to have the Clinton.
About time I got back out here.
But
hey. Listen, this is an homage to our buddy Captain who was at MEW, okay? Because, when I needed a fill-in for when I was losing my voice in Algona, Captain Midnight, a true legend of the game, by the way, stepped in and did not just an amicable job, but a great job. Oh, my God, he is risen from the dead. We were told you were dead.
We were told.
By who?
We just kind of figured when you didn't show up.
I sent you guys a goddamn text.
You sent a text?
Listen,
I sent you something.
Oh,
I told you I was coming.
Waterloo on the 31st, Clint.
God.
Thank you guys. Here, I'll read it to you.
Ow.
Guys, I am just leaving. I'll be on in about an hour.
Oh.
Send it 6:33. So I'm a little off. Do you fuckers not read?
What?
I mean, I'm going to tell you this.
I mean,
we are glad you're here because we thought you were gone. But some of the stuff people were saying about you,
that's a good question. Do you still have your grandma's ashes? No, they are now ingested. She'll be part of you forever, nasally and in your heart.
I mean, let's be 100% honest. The fact that I got my revenge on Bryce Jordan, I'd be happy to die. Well, and Mike, it would be like, oh, I got that. I reached that peak.
Well, Mike was sharing. We asked everybody to share some memories. Mike shared one, and he said when you kicked Bryce in the Bizzalls, or the time you slammed a tequila and shared some nose candy off a Guatemalan cooker's ass in a Canadian border town. Except that wasn't a typo either. So
Brandon, Manitoba. Oh, that was the time.
And yeah. I don't think nobody else gave. Shanky Boy was sad though. He didn't share.
Yeah,
Shanky, thank you.
Yeah, he's a good fella.
This is what I've always said. Shanky is one of the most beloved wrestlers out there because everybody loves that fucking guy.
Yes. Again, why do you think Shank is a premier member of Team Top Shelf? He's literally one of the first two. It's literally, I picked the boys.
I'll be honest with you. I think it's probably because Shanky is too nice to tell you to fuck off.
Listen here. They are.
I mean, I'm sorry if the truth hurts.
I'll finish you off in person next time, you jackass.
Nah, you won't.
You jackass. Okay. Well, all right. Let's reset. Sorry, everybody. This is no longer the JR Memorial Show. We take all that. That is all redacted. None of that's true. Obviously, he's here. He's not
redacted. Dead. He's alive.
We didn't know. He didn't show up. We just assumed.
He's old fat Jesus.
He's old fat Jesus. By the way, he called you a sloth, a giant fat sloth. That's what
I said.
Who did? Tom did?
Tom.
Yeah, I said you sometimes walk like a sloth who's drunk. So take that for.
I mean, I'm not going to dispute that. I'm not going to say that you're wrong. And it's true. I'm not. That's not an.
And we also had a beautiful song played for you by Chris Lawrence, and had
really?
like a moment of silence. Yeah, so clip all that. So you guys,
I'll go listen.
Go back and watch your own show, jackass.
Yeah. So let's get to business, though, guys. Let's get to business. Our guest we promoted is here. We've been talking about, been teasing it. Bridge City Slam going down. Legends Fan Fest Pro Wrestling Show Saturday, September 7th at the Bridgeview Center. JR, is it Ottumwa?
Ottumwa.
God damn, I never say this town right. Ottumwa.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I'm an idiot. I don't know what else to tell you. Anyways, Fan Fest kicks off at 4, wrestling show at 7. We're going to go through all the fun stuff that's going on, but let's welcome our good friend Austin Bayliss to the show.
What's up, guys? How's it
going?
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Let's do this.
Are you doing good?
We're doing wonderful. How are you doing, sir?
I see that video game in the background's got Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
I love it. Yes, sir. Oh my gosh. You make me laugh because when I ask these wrestlers to cut promos for Bridge City Slam, I've got Ottawa, I've got Ottumwa, I've got Ohio, I've got so many different states. So you are welcome in this club of people that can't pronounce Ottumwa. It's a Bridge City Slam tradition, and you are carrying it on in Bridge City Slam 6. So I love you. This is
I couldn't be more proud of that then.
Big Ace, what did you say? What was your pronunciation of it?
Now, see, I have to look at it. So
he actually started saying Ottawa, and then he just gave
up. I said Ottumwa. Yeah, I said Ottumwa.
So Bushwhacker Luke,
I don't know.
I think Bushwhacker Luke had 3 different promos. It was Ottumwa, Idaho, Ohio. I mean, we talked and we did 3 different takes of it, and finally I'm like, it's Ottumwa, Idaho. We'll see you there. So,
there you go.
Oh my goodness. It's good.
Yeah,
to
will
see
Papa
you guys.
Bayliss be available for pictures?
What's up?
Mouse wants to know, is Papa Bayliss going to be available for pictures at the Fan Fest?
Oh my gosh.
Pictures with the man himself, the man who runs CEW?
Yes, sir, man. Mike, you got to get pictures with Papa Bayliss. Forget work. You don't need to be there that night. You don't need a concert either. You need Bridge City Slam 6 in your life. We got Jake the Snake. We got Jordan Grace. We've got Buff the Stuff. We've got a whole lineup of people, but we've also got Papa Bayliss. No 8x10s, though. Just he's going to have time to take a selfie with you.
How much would it cost to start having it pronounced Ottumwa?
Ottumwa.
Yeah, like Dan's saying right here. Like I don't think it's called that. I just think it should be called that.
Hey, everybody's got a price. I like money. We can arrange something. It doesn't need to even be a little bit of money. I love it. Prentice, we at the network got to talk with Barbarian this past weekend. Awesome. Yeah, Barb is a good dude. Barb's going to be there. I'm excited about that match at Bridge City Slam because let's be honest with you. We've got Demolition. We've got Powers of Pain. We've got a WrestleMania match here. And Demolition has been retired for quite a while. Powers of Pain are still rocking and rolling. It's hard to say how long they'll be rocking and rolling. So Barbarian's coming. He's doing his thing. He's doing it with Warlord still. That's pretty sweet. And they're going for the CW tag team titles. So who knows, man? This could be the real deal. They didn't get the WWE tag titles, but they could be CW tag team champs. Boom.
Hey, what those two were absolute beasts in their prime, and they're still awful scary looking.
Yeah, what you guys need to do when you're there, look at their hands. Shake Barbarian's hand. If you haven't, shake his hand. It is so big. These wrestlers, they got big hands or whatever, but like Barbarian's hands are just ginormous. It's crazy. My hand just gets lost shaking his hand. So, yeah, very scary dudes. Guess what? You guys will like this. I see 3 of you. That means 3 of you can get your faces painted at Bridge City Slam for free. We've got a face painter so you can pick. You could be Demolition, you could be Axe, you could be Smash, you could be Warlord, Barbarian. Maybe you're going to be the Boogeyman, Big Ace. I don't know. Maybe you're going to Ding JR. Maybe you're going to be somebody else. Who knows? I mean, it's going to be fun and it's free. So CW's family friendly. It always has been, always will be. Something I'm really excited about is we've got free face painting for the kids at Bridge City Slam this year. We've always had it, but it's never been free until now. So that's fun.
This is going to be our first Bridge City Slam. We haven't come to this before, known about it for a couple years now. Very, very excited. But what I want to know before we get into the lineup, the matches, the wonderful signings that are going to be there at the Fan Fest is this is your 6th one, Austin. What have you learned now from the first one you did? Because here's the deal. Like, we're all around wrestling, Austin. I'm pretty involved with Mike and Luke on the Madhouse shows as far as day of running around doing stuff. So there's a lot that goes into that, but that's just even running just a show where open the doors, ring the bell, we have matches. Throwing in this element of a fan fest and bringing these big name talents down here and making this like a day thing. Like what are the things you've taken away now that we're doing the 6th one?
Whew, a lot of work. Don't let the small things bother you. Look, guys, here's the deal. The fact is, the night before, something bad's going to fall apart, and I'm going to have 24 hours or less to put it back together. So last year, I woke up at 5 a.m. My phone was buzzing next to me, and it was Kurt Angle's manager. And he said, hey, Kurt's on the flight. They're going to get everybody off the plane. There's something wrong with it. He's going to miss his connecting flight in Chicago. He's not going to get into Iowa until 10 o'clock now. He's going to miss your event. And you know what? You just have to make it work. I would have lost my mind with that if it wasn't for the year before when Carlito's flight was canceled too, and you had to book a new one the day of. I would have lost my mind with that if it wasn't for the year before that with Jerry Lawler's flight getting screwed up. And it's the day of. These look, Bridge City Slam 4 a couple years ago, we had fans come from like 25, 26, 27 different states.
Nice.
That's crazy. I kept track of it that year, and we had 2 people ride a train from New York.
Oh, wow.
We had people fly in.
Because they're old as shit or what?
What's that?
Because they're old as shit. That's why they decided to ride a train.
No, and the funny thing is, they were like newlyweds. They were younger. They were our age.
Nice.
Whoa. Hey.
Hey, Papa.
So, hey, dude, not right now. No, I mean, it's just crazy.
Oh.
So the point is, for me, what have I learned is we make, hey, get out of the room. Take them with you. We make a phenomenal atmosphere, right, for pro wrestling. Where when you have people coming from 24 states, they're spending their time not just on tickets now, but they're getting a hotel. They're getting hotels. They're getting plane tickets. They're getting trains. I mean, they're doing everything they can to make Bridge City Slam happen. Hey, get out. Get out.
No one's respecting Papa Bayliss right now.
Live TV, guys. Live TV.
Live entertainment.
So we just it's amazing to me that there's that passion. When I first started wrestling, my first show was in a town of like 150 people, and so at that time I just wanted to be cool, right? I just wanted people to come see me wrestle, take a picture with me, sign an autograph. It's all good. Never in my wildest dreams would I think that 18 years later we'd have a dozen celebrities on the show. And it would be our 6th year of doing that. Bridge City Slam has grown into something that I'm really proud of. You might know me as a wrestler. You might know me as a DJ. You might know me as a video guy. You might know me as a promoter. But I am a fan, and I always have been. And my wife and I we were in Florida many years ago, and we were standing in line, waiting for autographs, waiting for a meet and greet. And Kelsey says, "Why don't we do this? We can do this." And, when I was getting into the business, my mentors always were like, "You don't need celebrities. And if you do need a celebrity, you just need, just one's fine, But now, years later, I'm a fan, and I'm traveling, and I'm meeting these people, and I'm having the time of my life. And it's like, okay, why doesn't this happen in Iowa? And at that point, now it's different. It's a different world now than it was 6 years ago. But 6 years ago, like, it wasn't happening in Minnesota, wasn't happening in Missouri, wasn't really happening in Chicago or in Illinois, but that was probably the closest, and it was just it was kind of an eye-opening thing. You looked around and said, hey, I think we can do this in Iowa, and I think Central Empire Wrestling can do it. And we started off small. I mean, we were used to running YMCAs. We were used to running wedding venues. There's nothing wrong with that. I love that. But once a year, and maybe it'll be more often, who knows? Hopefully it is. But once a year, we book an arena and we do a show, and we bring in as many talent as we can. And we've been fortunate enough to where vendors and sponsors and other people, they might bring in their merchandise, they might bring in their trading cards, they might bring in their autographs, they might bring in their action figures. We've got Face Painter coming this year, doing it for free for everybody. We've got Hat Trick Breaks that has been phenomenal. They're bringing in Snitsky, they're bringing in Demolition, and it's grown into something now to where initially people didn't believe in it, and now they believe in it and they want to be a part of it, whether that's from a fan's perspective or a vendor's perspective or wrestler's perspective. I get so many emails, and I hate it. It makes me feel like a bad guy or a bad friend, but I get along with about everybody, I just do. And you only have so many spots. I wish Bridge City Slam could have 17 matches. Instead, we've got 7, But I'm so happy that you guys are here. I'm so thankful for the time you're taking tonight. Bridge City Slam is something really special. You will see it and you will feel it in the moment, because wrestlers will debut new gear. They will debut new characters. They will debut it's just from 4 to 7, we do the Fan Fest. And that's not just for the celebrities. The celebrities are the people that bring in the casual fan, the people that wouldn't believe in seeing a poster with the blue rocket on it, Now they see Kurt Angle, now they see Jake the Snake, now they see Candice Michelle, and they're like, oh, okay, we're going to give this a shot. And then they get there, and Powers of Pain are wrestling, and the Boogeyman's spitting worms into somebody's mouth. And they're like, oh, cool. And then JT Energy is showing why he's Mr. Bridge City Slam. And Rory Fox is showing why he's #NotYourChampion. And now the magic of wrestling that we know as hardcore fans, that's resonating with the casual fans. So now those celebrities that back in the day I was told we didn't need, they help get those people in the door. Mm-hmm. And then the fans, those casual fans, they see all the locals that are there all the time, and it just is a beautiful thing for growth. God, it's been good to us. I love it. It makes me so happy. I love the YMCAs. I love the wedding venues. Bridge City Slam is something special. It is really neat. And I could talk about it forever. You're going to have to guide this ship. Otherwise, I might just rant off.
So Austin, let me ask you one question. So you mentioned that as it's grown now in year 6, now you've got people come in and they're staying over. They're spending money in the city of Ottumwa. Talk a little bit about those sponsorships and how the city of Ottumwa has kind of embraced Bridge City Slam.
Great question. So in, let's say, 2018, when we first started this vision, Ottumwa was a new town for us. We were 30 minutes north in Oskaloosa for, well, now it's been 17, 18 years. But this was our beginning in Ottumwa. I just put out on my Facebook page today. We had one sponsor, Greg Guffey of Zach's Flooring, and I didn't know him, but he was a wrestling fan. And one of our fans said, "Hey, you need to meet this guy." So we went to like the food court in a Hy-Vee, complete stranger. I did not know who he was. And I'm there trying to be professional. I didn't know him. So I come in with my laptop and I sit down. I'm waiting for him. And he comes in and we start talking wrestling. And he helped us bring in Trevor Murdoch for the very first Bridge City Slam. Now, Bridge City Slam wasn't always this big, right? The first Bridge City Slam, the people in like the front row, they got a free meet and greet with Trevor Murdoch, and then Trevor made an appearance on the show. That was the biggest thing in Central Empire wrestling history at that time. And the next year he brought in Hardcore Holly, and the next year he brought in Candice Michelle, and the next year Victoria, and last year Kurt Angle, and this year Enzo. And so that's just one of many examples of somebody saying, okay, let's start off small. Let's give it a shot. A complete stranger. A wrestling fan. So, I mean, we shared that bond. It was easy to talk, initially, but now he's a friend of mine. Now we have apartment complexes. He's our carpet guy. He's our flooring guy. He's a good dude. We go to concerts together. It's great. Complete stranger before Central Empire Wrestling and Bridge City Slam began. So it's been good. It's crazy because my wife hates taking me out in public. We go to a Walmart and people are like, when's wrestling coming to town? You know, who's Boogeyman gonna shove the worms down their throat? But
can we pay to have that happen to Tom?
Yeah, who's that? Who's gonna take it? Which one of the three of you are open?
Top shelf right there.
Oh, that's a top shelf thing there.
Listen,
top shelf.
I am better than all of that.
Exactly. That's why we want the worms in your mouth.
Jealous assholes. Excuse my language, Austin. All right, this is not directed.
This is a family show.
No, it is not. It's never been a family show. I've never.
The Central Empire, the Bridge City Slam. It sure is. You watch your tongue.
Bridge City Slam. Don't get me wrong. I would appreciate it if the Boogeyman just stayed far, far away from me. I do not need the hassle of the Boogeyman. Okay. And also,
Top shelf, man. Get this. He's got big a Boogeyman. He's requested, and this is the fact. He's requested 15 dozen Canadian night crawlers.
Oh my God, Canadian
night, and he says they got to be the big ones, brother.
Those are the good ones,
the big ones. So I keep seeing Jake the Snake wrestle in the video game, and I thought, wow, Jake the Snake does these meet and greets, but I'm from Iowa. We go to the state fair. One of the biggest attractions at the state fair forever has been the Snakes Alive exhibit. And they've got all these different snakes. And I'm not really into it, but I'm into it for the sake of wrestling, right? Like, how sweet would it be to go to a wrestling show and see a giant snake and Jake?
Okay. If this is happening, because I need that thing at least 100 feet away from me.
No, it's not. You were like everybody else. I had this great idea of, we're going to have a 25-foot python show up.
Hell yeah, we are.
We're not coming. So there's no snake. But we got 15 dozen Canadian night crawlers for top shelf.
I will tell you, Austin,
what the hell happened here? What? Yeah. I did not volunteer, man.
You didn't need to volunteer. It was he asked who was going to take him, and we voted, and it was you.
Austin, you sell me down the river. You come on. This is only your second time on the show. You already just sell me down the river like this. I'm also now taking worms. This is bullshit.
It's his second time on Tom. It's his second time on the show, and yet it's one of the most beloved segments already, where you're volunteered to get worms down your throat.
Voluntold.
Yeah, voluntold.
I will, in fact, tell you, Austin, my Jake the Snake story. He did a thing in Rochester. He did a convention in Rochester, and they did a Q&A, and I asked him about and this is before he started doing like the comedy show, like the year before, where he would tell the stories all the time. But I had asked him about the Cobra and Mach, and I told him, I was like, that scarred me for life. Like seeing Macho Man having the Cobra on his arm, like ever since then, I'm deathly afraid of snakes. Doesn't matter, any snake. And his, like, without skipping a beat, well, no, you're afraid of snakes because you're a pussy. On the microphone in front of everybody, and like everybody's just laughing. And I'm like, yeah, that too. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
It's now my favorite story of all time. All right.
Yeah. No, great guy though. The next year he came back and did the show, and I got to run sound for him. I'm excited to see him again. Jake's an awesome guy.
Yeah, you know, we all have different moments in wrestling that inspired us to be the fans that we are today. I mean, you've told the Jake story. I grew up. I didn't really watch wrestling when I was real little. My dad hated it. And now he's one of our biggest supporters, so it's the neatest transition.
Oh man, and your dad is out there busting ass, putting rings out.
He'll be 73 in a few weeks.
Jeez.
And so we had that Rochester show a few weeks ago, a month ago maybe, and I didn't have anybody to ride with me, and I said, well, I'm gonna go by myself. And he said, no, I got you. We're going. And we ended up having a phenomenal trip together. I'm so thankful for it. But he hated wrestling at one point. And I think for him, seeing my happiness with it, you know, and my growth with Central Empire Wrestling and wrestling in general, that made him a fan. But you had the moment with Jake or maybe somebody else. To me, that's what Bridge City Slam is all about. You get to meet your childhood heroes or your favorite villain, or you know, there's so many emotions when you look around that room, from the Powers of Pain to Demolition, WrestleMania match, you know, amazing. Jake the Snake, you've got Enzo, Snitsky, dude. It's a family-friendly show. Don't bring your kids; you might kick it into the crowd.
Yeah.
I was told that was a toy baby. I have no idea though.
I have no idea though. Yeah,
wasn't his fault.
It wasn't his fault. Not our fault. Whatever happened September 7th. So, but you know, and at the same time, I think it's really neat because we've gotten lucky to really catch lightning in a bottle. A couple of years with we booked Matt Cardona when Cardona was the man.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's not now, but at that moment, I mean, he was the man. And unfortunately, like 4 or 5 days before, he got hurt, but he still came.
I remember that.
For us being a small company, like there were so many people wanting to see him that it was such a big deal that he got on a plane and flew across the country injured, signed autographs and met people. That was a big deal. This year we've got Jordan Grace. That's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
I think we talk about our memories of Jake. We talk about our memories of some of these others. I think some of our first memories of Jordan are going to be at Bridge City Slam. Yeah, we've seen her, but now we're going to get to meet her. Now we're going to really get the vibe. I mean, she was in the Rumble this year. I bet she's in the Rumble next year.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet she's on every SmackDown next year. You know, I think the lightning in a bottle with her, we got very lucky. I'm so excited to have her be a part of this show. She's wrestling Sierra. It's going to be good.
Banger.
Didn't need to say that. It's going to be a banger. It's going to be good. If you look at the show, and I book it, but I don't really look at the graphics until, I guess in this case today. So I've been working on it for 8.5 months or whatever. I look at the graphics, and everything just looks so good.
Yeah, let's go through it while you're talking.
Yeah, let's roll. Let's do it.
I don't have these in any specific order.
Okay.
So, you know,
I'll do it. I'll just run it off the top of my head here. And I'm probably biased because I'm so damn proud. But I think when you look at this show, and I've said it every year, so maybe I'm just biased, but I really think this year is the best year that we've ever had on paper. I truly believe that. And every year has just been growth. So we've got Jake. Jake's going to be there doing his thing. He's going to be meeting fans from 4 to 7. I'm excited for that. No snake.
Thank you.
Y'all gotta learn, man. Pythons aren't that bad because they're not poisonous. They just, they might just strangle you. That's all. Grow up,
dude.
Yeah.
Grow up, dude.
And worms aren't that bad. Boogeyman will be there from 4 to 7.
Worms aren't bad.
I mean,
Don't worry
come
about
on.
it.
he's got 15 dozen of them or whatever, but the boogeyman.
Tom, look how happy he is to be able to put those worms down your throat.
And I love. Oh my gosh! Look how. So here's the deal. My wife and I went out to Baltimore, Maryland, to a fan fest out there a few years ago, and I was not going to meet him. I saw him and I thought, wow, that's great. My wife says, oh, we've got to meet him. He's got real worms in his hands and he's like acting like he's putting them down your throat. And he's got some fake ones, for the fans to hold or whatever. But the Boogeyman's meet and greet was one of the best meet and greets that I have ever been a part of. And I'm a big fan. I've met a lot of different people and I love most of my experiences, but the Boogeyman is unique. So I would encourage everybody to do that because there's nobody else like him. We've said about the snake and people not wanting the snake. There's something about seeing the Boogeyman and the worms and being like, you got to be kidding me.
Mm-hmm.
And then my wife, who is a girly girl, it's like, I want to get a picture with him. So we've got this picture of the Boogeyman like holding real worms above my mouth and my wife holding some fake ones, or whatever. The photo op is so good. And that's going to be a moment for our fans. That's going to be a cool photo for them like it was for my wife and I. That's going to be a good one. Buff Bagwell. So here's the sweet thing about Buff Bagwell. Buff is the stuff. Buff is the stuff. Buff's going to be a free meet and greet. He's exclusive to people that buy tickets in the first and second row. That's a pretty sweet deal. And here's why. The meet and greet normally is probably a 40-40-60 meet and greet. 40 for a picture, 40 for an autograph, 60 for a combo. It's fairly common for people. Okay, so if you're going to pay $60 for a picture and autograph with Buff, you can sit in the third row for $100. Okay, you don't get anything other than a phenomenal experience and a phenomenal show. For $125, the front row sold out. For $125, you sit in the second row, you get to meet Buff. That's a thank you to our biggest fans, the fans that have bought tickets 6-7 months ago. I think that is super cool. Buff is a phenomenal meet and greet. He's a phenomenal person. And again, that means a lot to me because you have those connections from those small towns that may be his current sponsor, maybe a future sponsor. They come in and an experience like that really takes them from being a casual fan to an avid fan to a big supporter. Buff is the right guy for that. He's going to be a great meet and greet. If you are not sure about coming, tickets start out at $20. This is the best value of a wrestling show. Our normal shows are $20. That's just, we always have a standard $20 general admission. You can see this show for $20, and I'm telling you right now, you will not be disappointed with those seats. The Bridgeview Center is a big place for us, but it's a very small, intimate arena still. $20 gets you a phenomenal seat. You will not regret it. We've got table seats. I like this. We travel as a family, my wife, my son, and I now. And I take a lot of memorabilia and stuff to get signed when I go to these. We've got $50 table seats and we've got $60 table seats. All table seats come with a food and drink item at the beginning of the show. So free food, free drink, bell time. That to me, that's pretty sweet. Just because you're going to go to the concession stand, you're going to get something it's what you do. You're going to get it for free. It's part of your ticket. So to me, that is a phenomenal buy. I think we've got, like 80 some table seats left, which is not very many considering where we started with. So that's exciting. And a lot of people I don't even think are thinking about the food aspect of it. We've been trying to advertise it, but I think they're going to be even more popular next year. So there's really an option for every fan. Very affordable show. When you go to the Fan Fest from 4 to 7, it's a la carte, right? So you can do whatever you want, including nothing. You get into the Fan Fest for free if you have any ticket to Bridge City Slam. So you don't have to pay to get into the Fan Fest. It comes with your ticket. Totally free there. Or you can meet Sierra. You can meet Jordan Grace. You can meet Amari Miller. You can meet the Powers of Pain. Everybody has different ticketing options. You can bring a little signed baby, get a little baby and have Snitsky sign it, punt it into the crowd. We got free face painting this year. I know we've got We've got one vendor coming from Missouri bringing a whole bunch of action figures. This is his 3rd or 4th year.
Nice.
We've got trading card vendors. We've got memorabilia vendors. To me, it's an experience. You're going to come in, and if you like wrestling for $20, you're going to get in and say, wow, if this is what it is, I'm in all the time. This is great.
Heck yeah, dude. I mean, it's so much entertainment for one fee, one night. Like, it's just jam packed. Fools not to go to this. And something else. This is going to be fun, Austin, because these two probably don't even know about this. But there was an idea that got thrown out, and we ran it by Austin today. But Shotgun Wrestling, our dear, dear friends, Tom and JR, Zach was like, I think it'd be fun if we did a Shotgun 2 Count live podcast.
Are all three of you coming? Are all three of you making the big trek to Iowa, please?
2 of us for sure. We don't know about JR because he almost died today, so we don't know about him.
These guys.
Come on, JR. Idiots. I'm watching Jake in the background. You're a perfect fit to be there.
These fucking idiots. No, they mentioned it. I was planning on it. I don't think I have anything else going on, so I think this would be
yes.
Yeah,
Yay.
and plus I can go down and visit my mom.
There
in Des Moines, so
I love it.
What a mama's boy.
This show's about an hour and a half southeast of Des Moines. It'll be the biggest show that part of rural Iowa for many of our fans that attend this. It'll be the biggest show they've ever seen. I mean, we're just far enough away from Des Moines to where a lot of people don't get out. I do a thing every year. I call it Poster Palooza. I go around and hang 1,000 to 1,500 posters. I go to your small town meat locker. I go to your small town grocery store. I'm in and out of your small town barber shops. I think that's important because those small towns, people just they overlook them. You walk into a meat locker, you open that door, everybody looks at you because nobody else walks into that meat locker. But now there's 12 people that are wrestling fans that have been overlooked every time WWE comes to town because they just hit the big stuff. A lot of these people a lot of our fans don't have smartphones. A lot of our fans may not have internet. So when you go into that grocery store, everybody walks in there to get their bread. Everybody walks out of there, when they're getting their newspaper. So it's really important for me to promote to those areas. We've got so many fans that come from, Nowhereville, Iowa. And it's because of that effort that we put in. We spend 4, 5, 6 days every year just hanging posters. And it sounds like it would be easy. It's not that it's hard. It's just when you go into 1,500 stores, hello, could I hang a poster for a wrestling show? That's real time, you know? And there's nothing wrong with social media. I do a lot of that too. I love things like this. But I think what makes us different is we're doing our best to try to reach everybody. And especially those fans in those, Ottumwa, an hour and a half away from Des Moines. It's very rural. There are some towns when you go there and they may not have a car wash anymore. You may see the car wash, but it's been closed for 10 years. You may see the grocery store, but it's not going to be open next year. I mean, but they still have people there. And a lot of times they're wrestling fans. They love it. They love talking about NWA Central States and AWA. There's so many times when I go in and we might start talking about the $1 Million Man who was there a couple years ago, but then it turns into, I remember Bulldog Bob Brown, Rufus R. Jones, and Harley Race. And once you open that door, it's just amazing. It's amazing. You talk to them about that and their memories of, I remember way back in the day, they were in our high school and it was for a Lions Club fundraiser. And you guys are from bigger communities. And I love that show in Rochester. It was so good. My crowd is so much different than that because they don't have, some of them have probably never taken a selfie in their life. So this is amazing for them.
Yeah, it was funny. We were talking about that last Rochester show because we had Mr. Nella was there, and Mr. Nella, we love Timmy, but tons of just social media stuff. And I was talking to him like, you wouldn't believe how well posters still work because I'm the one that goes around and does the postering for that show in Rochester and the surrounding areas. Luke hits some places as well when he comes around, but it's like that shit work, and we do it every time. Tom and I, whenever we go to Iowa to do shows for anybody, And when we like stop at the area gas station on the way home, it's always, is there a poster in here?
True.
Okay.
Yeah.
So look, full transparency. I am that guy from the middle of nowhere. There was a wrestling poster for an Impact Pro Wrestling show at a grain elevator in our small town. Now, the small town that I'm talking about, I don't know, 50 people maybe. Small town grain elevator. Nobody goes there. My buddy went there and he saw the poster and he showed me the poster. And that's how I found Impact Pro Wrestling. That's how I found Indy Wrestling. I am that rural guy that somebody back in the day targeted. And, you know, accidentally. They just, you know, he went there, they hang the poster, whatever. So we're in Rochester. My dad and I are in Rochester. And we travel. We're comfortable doing that. But, like, that's big city for us.
Yeah.
You know? So it was amazing. My dad and I, we park in the alley and we walk in the building. And we didn't necessarily have expectations. But we walk into that building. That venue is just so big and beautiful. God, I love that place. And then we walked out to go, like, there's a mall connected to it. And we walk into that center area and it's just big and beautiful and bright lights. And we're like, oh, this is really sweet. You know, the small town rural guys getting out into the big city. So you're going to see a lot of that.
Dang. And you got to go see Caitlin Clark the next day in the even bigger city.
Oh, wow.
That looked awesome.
Oh, it was great. We love basketball. My dad, long story there, but great story. Man, wrestling is so good.
Isn't it?
That was a phenomenal weekend for my dad and I. So good. So
I love it. I love it.
So
Okay, let's get back to this. So we've mentioned, I'm going to throw some of the other pictures up here. So we have Demolition, Acid Smash.
Is Demolition in the video game right now?
I think that might
they are.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, it is next smash.
What
So
timing?
Demolition, I'm excited for that. Joe Knapp, hat trick breaks. They've been supporting us for the last several years. He's brought in Ted DiBiase. He's brought in Deborah. This year he's bringing in Demolition. He's bringing in Snitsky. You asked a question earlier about people believing in you, you know, in the Tumble community. So word spread, word traveled. Joe's out of Des Moines. And Joe called me and said, hey, I want to be a part of this. What can I do? And he's been a great partner ever since. It's great. So isn't it crazy for all of you guys that are involved in wrestling and the behind the scenes? Like, you started as a fan, you started as somebody that said, hey, I want to contribute, I want to be involved. And now all of a sudden, like for me, you're like, oh, sweet, somebody's bringing in Demolition to my show. Like, that's a really neat thing. I probably show my fandom way too much, but I'm just so excited about it. God, it's fun.
Hey, it's
Yeah, could you tone it down a little bit, Austin? Come on, like, just
What's that?
Bring it down a notch or two. Your fandom is way too hard on this wrestling show.
I'll probably sit next to you, getting ready to take the worms.
There it is. There it is.
Fighting back and forth. Who's going to take Boogeyman's worms?
That also sounds like it could be a venereal disease, but I digress. Anyhow.
You mentioned Gene Snitsky before and hat tricks. That's going to be awesome. I'm excited for that. We've got your host, Storm Thomas.
Yes, sir. So here's the sweet deal about that. Tony and I went to college together. Tony's a really good dude. Tony's been a part of every Bridge City Slam. He had a very serious neck injury. He had neck surgery. He's not going to be competing. Hopefully sometime somewhere he'll be in the ring again. Don't know if he will or won't be. Tony loves wrestling. Tony's CW's in Tony's blood. A handful of years ago, he won Cauliflower Alley Men's Wrestler of the Year award. He shared that honor that year with Killer Cross. Killer Cross got signed to WWE almost immediately. Tony had a couple of bad breaks with COVID hit, and everybody was like, whew, this is awful. So Tony then got hurt. Tony's had some surgery. Tony's going to be there. He's a great dude. He's so over with the fan base. Everybody in that crowd, man, maybe not everybody, but so many people in that crowd, they're going to wear a Tony Storm hat, or Storm Thomas. They're going to wear a Storm Thomas hat, a T-shirt. He's got wristbands. He's got a little bit of everything. I mean, I've never seen somebody, indie wrestler, that he comes in and he's got 15 different options for merch, and a fan will walk up and buy half of them, and then another up and buy half of them. It's unheard of, and people think I'm totally full of it. But he'll come up from Florida and he will sell $1,100, $1,200, $1,300 worth of merch, which is crazy because that's just nuts. That's just nuts. He's an indie guy. You know, he's done some really cool things, and with WWE and TNA and AEW, but like he's an indie guy, and people love him. They want his shirts, they want his hats. You're going to see it. Tony's going to come up. I can't imagine doing Bridge City Slam without him. It's going to be good. I might have to buy a new T-shirt. My T-shirts keep shrinking. So
I've had that problem before too.
I know.
What's that?
I've had that problem in the past myself. And then,
God, it seems like such a problem for me right now. Everything's getting smaller.
It's also a problem for Tom with hats because he's got a fat fucking head.
Listen, if that's supposed to be an ego joke, go ahead and make it, okay? Because this head is proportionate to my body, by the way, okay? So it's not like some fucking balloon head where I look like a giant lollipop or something like that. So shut your mouth, JR.
Hey, what's that jersey? What's that jersey in the background?
Which one?
Okay,
This one?
your name. Yeah, what's it? It's black and gold, but it's not Iowa, right?
No.
What is it?
It's for a funeral home softball team.
Oh my gosh! Of course,
I'm not even kidding. It's a funeral home softball team.
Oh my God, I love it. 86.
Yeah, the Shaw Funeral Home.
Oh, the funeral home. Now we're talking.
Yeah. Just to let you know too, so we had them as our first sponsor for this team, and then the second year we added one of the other guys on the team. He had taken over his dad's business, so Kills Custom Cabinets and the Shaw Funeral Homes. We were literally out there sucking it up, killing the game as much as we could. So,
oh my God, things we never thought we were going to be talking about tonight, right?
Yeah, right.
I love it.
You had to ask about the goddamn jersey, didn't you?
Yeah, I love it. Okay. One last jersey question. We'll move back to wrestling. What's the significance of 86? Just the random number? Or do you guys...
No, my dad died on August 6th, 03. And that was the first jersey or first team I played on after that I wasn't wearing already signed a number or something like that. So I figured I'd take 86. And then, so it was a nice little number. There's two other guys on that team that just used the year they were born. So they were wondering why I was 86 when I was actually older than both of them. I go, oh yeah, my dad died. And so this is a little homage and stuff like that. They go, oh, that's cool and sad. And then they just walked away, which I was like, hey guys, you want to talk about parents dying? No one? Okay, fair enough.
So do you keep that number when is that stuck with you? That's a cool story.
Yeah, I mean, I got another jersey down here that's for a bar that I played for as well. That was 86 as well. So yeah, I mean, once I, kind of got a little older and everybody was picking number 7 around here because of Joe Mauer and stuff, I was like, well, I can find another number pretty easily because Joe Mauer is not my favorite player. So I was like, yeah, I'll go with 86. It works. So, yeah.
I love it. It's a good story.
Thanks, man. Way to bring it down the energy, though. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I didn't know where that was going. It didn't go where I thought it would, but that's a cool story.
Hey, don't worry about it.
Unfortunately, this show's had a lot of death around it. The first hour, we thought Jared was dead. So
I still don't understand how you can possibly think that.
The memorial was beautiful. Like the fans were showing support. It was wonderful. But
yeah, they were going to start paying for your son's cabin on the Jericho cruise too. But
we were gonna also make sure your ashes got spread in the Dominic when we go on the Jericho cruise.
Are you guys doing Jericho cruise?
We are.
Yeah.
Oh, Kelsey, my wife, she sent me a text today, and she said she's trying to enter a contest to win a spot on that cruise. We've talked about it for 2 or 3 years. We've never done it, but evidently our local radio station that she was listening to is you could win a cruise. So boom,
we
maybe I'll join.
Just got an email that said it's 85% filled now, so there's still seats available yet.
All 3 of you are going.
Seats.
Yeah, we have a group.
I love it.
We got a whole slew of people.
I was on the first 2 that he did, and each one made friends. Well, really made friends on the first one. Connected with those same people the second one. Now that group has grown so large. Tom knows there's like a group of 20 of us that once we get on the boat, we're all together majority of the time. But then on top of that, I mean, everyone's there for wrestling. So everyone, it's and the cool thing is, kind of like some of these fan fests, the talent there. What are they
Can't
going
go
to do?
anywhere because
They
they're stuck
can't.
on a damn
They're not
boat.
going to sit in a cabin all day because they're tiny little. And the thing is, everyone on the boat's so respectful as far as like, cool. Okay, I'll take a picture with you at the photo op. Let me get you a shot instead right now because they're on vacation too. And
Right.
it does. It's like it's the chance you really get to rub elbows with, you know, people.
Yeah.
Like Santino was on it this last time around, and like walk up to him and be like, "Hey, man, how's it going? Want a drink? All right, cool." Or
I've always thought one of the neatest experiences when you go to these fan fests is like, okay, you come in the first night, and then all of a sudden, JJ Dillon's checking in right next to you.
Yep.
And you go to the restaurant, and Brooklyn Brawler is asking you what's good to eat, and you go in the elevator, and Candace can't find her room key, so like you're pushing the buttons for like I've always thought that the experiences you have randomly outside of what you went for kind of become the story, they become the memory.
You're so right, because I still remind JR this the first time he went to the Waterloo Hall of Fame. He was like, "Oh, Cowboy Bob Orton, I love Cowboy Bob Orton. I can't wait to meet Cowboy Bob Orton." We're in there getting video stuff set up for the actual show. And in walks Cowboy Bob Orton. He walks over to me and JR, and he's just like, "Do you know where I'm supposed to go?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't, Mr. Orton. I'm sorry, but let me show you where." And then like JR's like, "Who was that?" I was like, "That was Cowboy Bob Orton." What? Oh, I didn't even recognize him. What?
Same thing. I rode up in the elevator with Barry Windham. Didn't recognize him at all.
Yeah.
So it's somewhat embarrassing.
Huge fan is JR.
I went out to the Cauliflower Alley Club probably 5 or 6 years ago, and I was helping Barbarian sell merchandise, and then Haku sat down, and before you knew it, like all three of us were buddies, and they invited me to breakfast the next morning with them. And we get to breakfast. There's one seat left, and it's right next to the Rock's mom, and that was my seat. And I'm just a little dude from Iowa, and I sit down and I'm eating my food and I'm not saying shit. I'm just listening to their amazing stories. And finally she goes, "I just got a question. Who is this guy?" Me. And then Barbarian and Haku were like, "Oh, and they introduced me or whatever." But then I sat there for like 3 hours listening to them tell family stories and wrestling stories. And I just remember thinking, I probably should have listened more to the stories, but I just remember thinking, like, here I am. This is so cool. And just marking out for the moment of, not that, I grew up idolizing the Rock's mom, but you're like, wow, this is like wrestling royalty.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting at a table, and she clearly wonders who the weird guy from Iowa is sitting next to her, It was neat. She was a sweetheart. She was great. And wrestling is just weird like that,
It so is, dude.
So
well, don't worry about it, Austin. We found out from Tina earlier today that she met Atta Johnson earlier today. So
she did.
You're not the weirdest person she met from Iowa. I can guarantee you right there.
Oh, Tina's gonna get you for that one. Tina's gonna get you for that.
Yeah, don't worry. Mid-level Tina will be there, I'm sure, and she'll let me hear it on the 7th.
She's gonna punch you right in the freaking ribs.
Waterloo on the 31st. I don't give a shit. Whatever.
Punch you right in the ribs. I can't wait
to
watch her punch you in the ribs. Yeah, it is. I'll tell you what. It's fun talking to somebody that has these same experiences, because I've talked with these guys about it, and they agree with me that it is. It's crazy the situation you find yourself in as a fan who ends up crossing, I guess you could say, crossing over into you're in that world now. Like I was telling them, I'm like, what world do I live in that I get happy birthday messages from Jerry Briscoe every year now? Like, like that's just very odd. Or, I had a good experience with Haku as well, and it was because Wes introduced me to him, and Wes, they all love Wes. So when they love Wes, it's, oh, we love Ace. And so it's just been. And now doing the ring announcing, that was full circle for me, was Mike and Luke bringing me in to give me my first ring announcing gig in the wrestling world, because I've done everything but that. Yep. So it's a crazy life. And that's what's very cool about seeing 6 years of you doing Bridge City Slam.
Bridge City Slam 2, Zach Takis came down. He was sitting in the crowd, but he was sitting in the crowd with Damian Saint, the future Damian Saint. And that's pretty sweet because last year, Damian Saint and Jared Thumb wrestled in the match of the year at Bridge City Slam. And he wrote about it and he talks about it. But 2 years prior, a few years prior, he was sitting in the crowd, as a fan. And he came to Bridge City Slam and he said, wow, I really want to get into this. I really want to do it. And now he's been on multiple Bridge City Slams. He's wrestled Gangrel. He's wrestled Jared matches. I mean, they stole the show last year, and the shows are loaded. And that's just a really neat story, I think. So, yeah.
And
come check it out. You might be in the ring in a few years.
And we get to see it happen again. And of course, sponsored by the phenomenal tag team photography, our boy Clint. Love him. Yeah, this is going to be great. I've not got to see Jarrett Thumb live a lot, so I'm excited for that. We love Saint here. Saint's a good friend. We love that kid. So this is one we're real pumped up for this one. And yeah, it is funny because I've seen those pictures of him in the crowd with Zach and the boys, and now him being in the ring. And I think him and I actually had a conversation a couple months ago at an Absolute show about kind of going full circle in this world. Yeah, that's going to be an incredible match. I'm very excited to see that. So you said you've been working on this like 8 months now, these matches and everything, and getting this full show together, right? So that's the first one that I brought up, and that's a rematch. So that seems like that's a no-brainer, right? Like match of the year last year. Let's let these two go at it again.
These guys just can't get enough of each other, for better or for worse. They can't find them. They can't get away from each other long enough to find each other again. I mean, so we just had a show here a few weeks ago in a mall, which was super sweet.
Which, by the way, yeah, congratulations on that. It looked like a phenomenal showing. Looked like a great time.
Yeah, so we did shows in this small town. We did YMCA's, we did wedding venues, and finally we get the mall, and we're so excited. We do the mall, and the main event's a Rumble. The winner of the Rumble gets a title shot sometime somewhere. Jared and Damian Saint were 1 and 2, and they did the whole Rumble. They were in there for like 45 minutes, and it's magic. You get down to the end, and the fans start to realize, hey, these two dudes have been in here forever, and now they're emotionally invested one way or another for both of them. And when Jared won that thing, the place erupted. They went nuts. They did exactly what you would hope would happen, at the end of a wrestling show with a big story like that. And they hate each other. It's going to be a good match. Last year was phenomenal. This year is going to be phenomenal. I know it. So I'm excited for that. I'm also excited. A personal favorite. I'm excited for Jordan Grace and Sierra. I think that the timing of that, to have Jordan Grace be a part of Bridge City Slam. Sierra's been a part of several. She always is phenomenal.
Great talent.
Great talent. So lucky to have her in the area. Jordan Grace, like, I don't know if you saw the graphic she sent out a couple weeks ago, but
yeah, I did.
She's everywhere, and it's like Puerto Rico, New York, California, Ottumwa. Come to Ottawa, baby.
Right.
And I'm smiling like, that's me. So
it's so great. We saw her. How many years ago we saw her at the WrestlePalooza? She was a surprise. Like, she wasn't advertised.
Yeah, I think it was 3 years ago.
Yeah, they just played her music. She came out, and it was like the place erupted. And it was phenomenal, man. She is so fun to watch. And
I've liked her for a while.
Yeah,
I've liked her for a while, and then when she kind of caught on, it was like, this is beautiful. God, this is so. We had her booked before she really. I mean, she's been on the radar for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for that. I'm also excited. Kelsey Magnolia versus Brene. So yeah, there it is. So Kelsey Magnolia from Des Moines. She went and she trained with Kane and Tom Pritchard, and she came back. Her very first match as a professional wrestler was for us years ago. She's went out and done her own thing. She's killed it. She's really making the name for herself. So now she's debuting at Bridge City Slam. I think that's a really cool story. Now, Brene, she's wrestled for us a handful of times before she was signed by NXT, WWE. She's been gone there for a handful of years. And now she's back. It's her first Bridge City Slam. So that's pretty neat. I'm excited for that match. We've got JT Energy, Mr. Bridge City Slam. He's been on all 6 Bridge City Slams. He's 5-0. He's going up against Jackson King, who is 0-1. It'd be all right with me if he was permanently defeated.
Yeah, he
Come on, dude.
Lone Diamond like this? Come on, man.
Yeah, Lone Diamond seems to like to call you out a lot.
Okay. That match in Rochester was pretty darn good. I mean, give him his due. But so last year, so you're going to be involved this year at like the pre-show for the Fan Fest, the pre-show for the show. Shotgun 2 Count's going to be a beautiful thing. But last year, Shotgun was doing the pre-show for the Fan Fest, and this dude just walked in like the rest of the fans with his gear bag, demanding a spot, and he starts. he started yelling at the fans, and a couple of them got legit mad. Like they could not believe that another fan would come in and just start berating them. Like it was one thing, like if the wrestlers come in and are like, "Oh, I'm going to beat so-and-so," and all the fans suck. But this dude walked in the same door they did and was standing in line with them, and then you start screaming at him.
Oh my God.
And we had to have security get called, and it was the most ghetto thing ever, but it was like, whew,
oh yeah.
it was so beautiful.
I mean, that's Jackson though. That's just Jackson right there. You know, he knows what he needs to do.
Yeah, it was great. It was so much fun. He got destroyed, which was like the cherry on top.
Oh, you hater.
he's
You
just-
hater, Bayliss.
He thinks he's
Okay.
Mr. Bridge City Slam. JT is going to show him why he's 5-0. So JT's been tag champ at Bridge City Slam. He's opened the show. He's closed the show. He's been in cage matches. He wrestled Jerry Lawler. He wrestled Redbeard. He wrestled Trevor Murdoch. I mean, he's doing his thing.
We love JT here. We will always love
God.
JT. He
We
put a
love
2
JT
count sticker in. Where did he leave that?
At the Glasgow International Airport. So
There you go.
somebody going through Scotland has now seen this logo because of JT Energy. So that guy,
That's our boy right there. We
yeah,
love
I mean,
him.
he is always welcome on the show. I mean, hell, he can hit me up right now. Hey, I'll send you the link, JT. We'll get you on here.
Yeah, JT's a good dude. I'm surprised he's not already on. He's probably chatting it up. But no, that match is gonna be good. You know it's gonna be good. They're both talented. JT's been
Huge
a
energy.
staple with us forever. So
Yeah.
Kurt Gannon, another guy that's been a part of every single Bridge City Slam. And it may not sound like a big feat when you've only had 5, you're gonna have 6, but man, there's not that many people that have been active in all of them. I mean, I have a pretty consistent roster, but there's not many people that have done it, every year. So Kurt Gannon versus Joey Avalon versus Rich Maxwell in the triple threat match. Gannon, 6th appearance, Avalon, 2nd appearance, Rich Maxwell debuting. So you're going to see 3 guys really wanting to make a name for them. It's time for Kurt Gannon to put up or shut up, right? If he's been there for every show. I mean,
Something's got to give, right?
If you're Joey Avalon, hey, boom. You want to if you're Rich Maxwell, he's wanting to show everybody what we've been missing out. So
yeah, both of them are very capable.
Yep.
That's very capable.
100%. I'm excited for that. Tag. We talked a little bit about, there we go. The Powers of Pain, champions of the century. So Powers of Pain, good friends of mine. I'm excited to see Warhawk manage them. It's going to be good. But Axel Grease, God, you hate him everywhere you go. The CW Hall of Famer, Donnie Pepper Cricket, Axel Grease, Iceman, and Donnie tagged for many years before CW. They know each other. They're good. Very talented. They're part of the faction, the champions of the century. It's crazy. The old guys here, Donnie, Iceman, Axel Grease, and Rory Fox combined have over 100 years of wrestling experience.
Well, maybe
Is that
maybe
crazy?
put him out the pasture a little bit, like give him some retirement juice here.
Woo! It's crazy because we're talking age, and I've always felt like kind of the young guy. I started when I was 16, 17 years old, and I've always felt like everybody's older than me. But in the last couple of years, especially when I do like the rentals, I kind of surround myself in CW with guys that have been around for 18 years or whatever. But you do some of these rentals, and I'm going to be 37 next month, and it's like, huh. And everybody else is like 21, 19, 26. And it's like, man, I've got a 9-year-old. I'm driving a bus. I've got gray nose hairs. Like, man, now I feel like the old dude. But then the
If it makes
champions
you
of the
feel any
century.
better, Austin, you're technically the young guy on the show right now.
You are. Yeah.
All
You
right,
are.
so what are we? What are we? Are we like champions of the 70-year club, 80-year club? How old are we?
I'm 40, so
I'm 42. JR,
42.
we're not sure.
I have a birthday
tied.
coming up.
When's
It's the
your
end of
birthday?
August.
I'm September 13th, my man.
Mine is August 30th.
Wait, did you say yours is September 13th?
Yep.
Oh, wow. It's coming up too.
Yep. So if he's the 30th and I'm the 13th and the show is on the 7th, man, that's like a perfect time to celebrate.
It
Right?
totally
Both of
is.
us.
Kinda is.
You know, let's
Perfect.
get some cake and see if we get Whitney up here too. That's our,
You
our
know
old
what?
friend Whitney. She loves cake. She'll just beat it out of disabled kids and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that. So maybe that's going to be
You
entertaining.
know
for
what a better celebration would be, though, I think? And in agreement with me if you feel inclined, Austin. I
Okay.
think it would be much better to celebrate not with cake, but with night crawlers down Tom's Gullet.
I like that.
Canadian night crawlers.
Happy
Yes.
birthday,
15 dozen of them.
JR.
Only the best for Tom.
Oh my gosh. I think we can make that happen. Let's do
Oh
it.
my God, yo.
Yes, this is a wonderful thing. It's the best birthday
I
party
like it
ever.
a lot.
Best birthday party ever. You'll never
Unbelievable.
Right?
I'm very just disappointed in all of you for thinking that this is a good idea. But hey, some people have just funny
I mean,
not sophisticated humor like myself, but sure, worms down my throat. Good idea.
Okay.
we gotta get the
truth. Moment of truth. Who would eat a worm?
I mean, am I getting paid?
No.
You just have to eat a worm.
If
No,
it's
you're
like
eating a worm from like the greatest guy in the world to ever eat a worm.
Oh, that just sounds awful.
Yeah, it sounds gross. I can't do it.
That just sounds horrible. I can't imagine.
But I think Tom has the stomach for it. You drink so much, Tom. I bet like it wouldn't even. You're fine, dude. You're
Wash it down.
fine. You are fine. We haven't played this yet today, so we should probably do that. By the way, that ring in the background there, that is the ring from this man right here, Austin Bayliss. Best ring around. I will vouch for that.
Fun. Good show. Thank you very much for that. I
I
appreciate it.
I can't wait to get your cage out one of these shows. I'm excited. For
I
that.
love
That's going to
the
be a little
Madhouse
kid
shows.
moment for me.
I love those Madhouse shows because I get to just enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, as a promoter, you get so stressed. I've been working on this forever, and I'm having fun talking to you guys tonight. There's a lot of times when I'm like stressed out of my mind and not having fun. But I go to the Madhouse shows. The last time I got to cruise up with my dad, have a nice weekend. But you go to those shows and you just get to enjoy it. And it's been so long since when I just wrestled, like you could go and enjoy that. But yeah, I have a ton of fun doing that. I'm excited for the 14th at Adventureland. That's going to be a good one. My birthday weekend.
Yeah.
So,
I can't wait. I will see you there that morning. Oh, it's going to be a good
Early.
time. I know, right? We were talking about it before you got on here because we were like, we got this big weekend coming up, Bridge City Slam. We're going to be down there. But then we were saying we got another big weekend right after because we're going down to, I see our good friend Nerd D perform on the 13th. 14th, you've got the Madhouse show at Adventureland. You also got Absolute running that evening that Tom will be doing his commentary for. So, like, it's just, man, 2 great big weekends coming to Iowa.
Double shot day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Adventureland and then West Des Moines. It's going to be, I'm going to be tired. Again, I already said, I'm just tired just thinking of all these weekends. It's going to be like 4 weekends in a row down in Iowa. I mean, JR and I have a 20th and the 21st, like,
Oh, yeah.
20th,
to Bismarck.
Bismarck 21st. I'm going to be in Newton for Absolute that night, and that's like a 10.5 hour drive from Bismarck, North Dakota to Newton, Iowa, which is
making the town, Sam. Making the town.
The things I do
Where are
for
you from,
money.
Tom?
I live in the Twin Cities area, so
Okay.
that's just a lot of extra stuff right there, man. Like
They have a show. They're doing comedy in Bismarck though, and then he has to go from there to
Newton.
Absolute Newton. So
Okay.
which will
That's
be the last.
honestly, that's a long ass haul.
It's
Oh,
10.5 hours. Yeah, so it's going to be one of those ones probably like 3 weekends in a row being in hotels, like just I'm so exhausted already just thinking about it.
I love it. I told him earlier, I'm like, but just think, soon we won't do any of this because of the freaking winter. So let's enjoy it now.
Yeah.
One more big matchup that I think everyone is excited to see this one.
And you can't teach that.
Mm-mm.
I am excited for this for two reasons. Everybody has an opinion of Rory Fox, and everyone has an opinion of Enzo. Two of the greatest talkers. So Rory Fox opens his mouth, and you just hate the guy. Now, Enzo opens his mouth, and you might hate him too, or you might love my wife. He was one of my wife's favorite wrestlers. So before he got hurt and whatever, my wife loved him. I remember watching when he got hurt on that show, and but I'm excited for it. He's been phenomenal. He's got a promo coming soon against, speaking out against Rory Fox. It's going to be phenomenal. Main event. Axel Grease will be at ringside with Rory. Main event. What a main event. So we initially had Eric Redbeard scheduled, and then he got signed by the WWE, re-signed by the WWE. And sometimes it's really easy to find replacements. Sometimes it's really hard. When you just go at it on your own and say, hey, I'm Austin from Iowa. You want to come to a show? Sometimes it's hard. In this case, Eric Redbeard said, hey, Enzo's a good dude. Here's his number. Give him a call. Called Enzo. Enzo says, what's up, man? I'm coming. It was really smooth. So I love Eric Redbeard. He was at Bridge City Slam 3. He would have been a phenomenal piece of this main event puzzle. But Enzo will steal the show as well. So are you guys fans of Enzo? Yay or nay?
I will say, so good on the mic. I think back then there was a little more, Cass, I think, was probably the better ring worker at that time, I thought. But I mean, no one can captivate an audience on a microphone at that time like Enzo could. I mean, I remember seeing them debut onto the main roster, and like Cass came out, and it was a pop.
Yeah.
But the 5 seconds that they waited before Enzo finally came shuffling out to the main ramp, and then the place just freaking lost it. Like, the guy is just gold on a microphone, and he's been doing a lot of good things on the indie scene.
Great dude, nice meet and greet, very humble guy, very easy to talk to, very fun. Not quite the boogeyman experience, but he's an experience. It amazes me how many women are excited to see Enzo. They have his T-shirt, they've got his cheetah print. I mean, it blew. I was hoping that we would get a good response, which we did, but I wasn't expecting the amount of women that were like, "Oh God, Enzo, yeah!" Like,
he's the realest one in the room. How you doing?
Oh my God,
bada boom.
He was, yeah. The women are excited for Enzo, and that makes me excited. So, Rory Fox is going to have his hands full, but Enzo's going to have his hands full too. So,
yeah, Laurie's a legend of the game. I mean, dude has done his thing in the pro wrestling world. So I mean, not going to be an easy task for Enzo that night. But man, solid show, and I can't wait. Like, we are beyond excited that we're going to be there watching this show. Like you said, we don't always get to enjoy everything that we go to because we're working. As far as if like Tom's doing commentary or if I'm doing the ring announcing and stuff like that. We're so excited that we get to go and just do our podcast with Zach, which we've talked for years about since 2 Count was formed. It was always, how do we do something together? Because me and Zach, we go back. And the funny thing is, him and I talk about it now, Austin, about the full circle and how Zigman would be just freaking giddy as all hell right now, knowing how we've all kind of just gotten involved in this. He would be living the life right now if he was still here, and that's something me and Zach will always have together. So this is going to be a very cool thing that we finally get to do this and do it with a crowd there. So we thank you for making that possible and inviting us down to Bridge City to do this. So I can't wait. This is going to be a hell of a night. We need hotel recommendations, though.
Yeah, let me get that to you hopefully tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'm on Expedia right now, so I might have found one already. So but I guess the biggest thing is how close is it to what's the closest hotel? Just because I might be pissed drunk by the end of this. I'm going to be straight up honest. I just might
there
be
is
drunk
a
after this.
hotel. So we like to stay at the American in previous years, but last year, right after Bridge City Slam, they completed a hotel, the Cobblestone, I believe.
Yeah.
It's right next to the Bridgeview Center. By right next, I mean you can be stumbling drunk, and I know this from experience, and get there in about 40 steps.
Oh, dude.
So, I mean, that's for convenience.
Okay.
That's where it's at. For convenience, that's the real deal.
Okay.
The American is very nice. They just renovated. I believe if you call them and you tell them, hey, you're there with wrestling, it's like $105 a night or something. So it's affordable, but that convenience of stumbling across the parking lot for 40 feet, that's a big deal. If you're a fan and you've got memorabilia, the Bridgeview Center allows you to take your stuff out to your car or whatever. So that's good if you want to take it back to the room or whatnot. I haven't booked mine yet, but I will probably do Cobblestone just because it's so close. It's so convenient. I can park my trailer outside the arena and boom, there we are. I don't need to go anywhere else.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tom made like a 9-block walk in South Beach blacked out back to our hotel when we did the Jericho cruise last winter.
Never been to South Beach, still made it to the hotel. What's up?
40 feet to the door next door.
I make friends real quick sometimes.
No lie, some guy the first day on the boat's like, hey man, I helped you get to your hotel last night.
Yeah, are you doing okay? I'm like, I'm hungover like a motherfucker, but thank you. I appreciate it.
What's your drink of choice?
Jack and 7, or if I can find it, which I can't find it like outside Minnesota, but a good Summit beer is, dude, you can't really beat a Summit EPA. But
I'm a Crown.
Again, I'm biased, but
Yep, I love it.
What are you crowning? What?
I like
Crown
Jack and too.
Shut up, Tom.
Oh, I thought you were asking me again. I was like, how dare you ask?
Nobody's asking you shit, Tom. Shut the fuck up.
Interrupting Austin. Okay, Crown and what?
Crown and Mountain Dew. Crown Apple and Mountain Dew.
Oh, Crown Apple. Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, I didn't know we were talking to a child. That's fun.
I'm a little inexperienced there. I went out to so I never drank. I never drank for, let's see, I'm 37 next month. I never drank for like 35 years ever. Went out to a bachelor party, and they just started buying and bringing. And now I love the Crown Apple and the Mountain Dew, I guess. So we have an after party. We have an after party at Courtside Bar and Grill. They serve food and stuff after the show, so that's where a lot of the crew will go. And they've got some Crown and they've got some Mountain Dew. So
let's go.
Excited. Yeah, so that was crazy because we went there. So last year, Friday night we had the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Friday night we had CW Hall of Fame, and we do the Hall of Fame, and then we go out to Courtside Bar and Grill, and we're drinking and having a good time. And I didn't get too crazy because I knew I had Saturday ahead of me, but I wasn't expecting Kurt Angle's manager to call me first thing Saturday morning saying, "Hey, plane is all screwed up." So this year I probably will save my fun for Saturday night.
There you go.
Be good to go on Saturday morning at 5 when all crazy breaks loose. But it's going to be good. I'm excited. Hey guys, I appreciate this for the second time. I enjoyed the first time. I've really enjoyed tonight. Anytime you want to talk to a hillbilly from rural Iowa, I'm your guy.
Hell yeah.
I can't wait for Rochester again. Rochester's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a lot of shows between that. It's great. Actually, by the sounds of it, we're going to be spending a lot of time together between Bridge City Slam and then the Adventureland weekend and then Rochester, November. And
oh yeah, you're going to get a lot of me. Sorry. But I wouldn't.
I'm surprised, Tom, you never asked me about the background where I'm at or about my scenery. I come to you.
I just assumed you were in a bedroom.
I come to you. So this is my wife's office. So it's pretty sweet. Yeah. Nothing more manly than shooting a wrestling promo from your wife's office. But yeah, you've got some beautiful light blue colors behind me and some pillows and all sorts of pharmacy stuff on the other side. But we got wrestling right in front of us for the next few weeks. So it's going to be.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Are you going to hang out at Adventureland?
Oh, I can't wait. Yep.
Okay, good.
I know we got to be there early and we got to be there late, but I'm going to be there for all of it. So,
Yeah,
and we can ride the rides, right?
Yeah, dude, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. I was like, yeah, this is the best show.
Do they still have the silly silo? Do you know, Austin?
No, it's gone. Gone. I know. I would have been right on it with you, man. I enjoyed that, and I never got sick. But you know what I have is, as I've gotten older, I do get a little dizzy, and I always loved like the crazy rides. But the older I've gotten, I do feel it, and I hate that because I love those rides. But they added this new one a few years ago, and I went on it for the first time last year. I don't know. It's green and it goes everywhere. But I've gained a little bit of weight, and I sat in these seats, and these seats are so small, and they push that thing. You know, they don't want you falling out, so they push it real far in. But then they had this buzzer that went off, and it says exactly where the problem is, and I was the problem seat. No. This dude comes up, and he like puts his foot on it, and then he just shoves it in, and it's like, ugh, so tight on. And I love that ride, and I love that stuff, but man, for like 4 minutes, you're just like
holding your breath. You can't
holding your breath. You know you're not going to fall out because you're in there as tight.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so
I had that happen at Valley Fair.
Yeah.
To me.
God, the silly silo, that was fun. God, so many years ago. But no, Adventureland is going to be great. The bumper cars, I'm excited for those. I'm excited. I'll do that type ride again. It is what it is. That way I have a story to tell sometime on a future podcast. But
there it is. I can't wait. Ray, Mr. Dealer.
Yeah, dude, you're missing it. I'm sorry, dude, but your family. Hopefully, your family's doing good. I miss you. I love you.
No more deers. No more deers in the house, right, Alex? Yeah. Hopefully,
keep them out of the living room.
Jeez, that was crazy. Austin, hang tight for 1 minute, but we are going to end the show, guys. Again, Bridge City Slam. It's going down on the 7th. Sorry, I don't have the poster.
September 7th.
September 7th, Bridge View Center in, say it, JR.
Ottumwa.
Boom.
We'll have the Iowans say it. Fan Fest at 4 p.m. Wrestling show at 7. Tickets start at 20. Get them at your Ticketmaster location. Look at that. Jake the Snake, Jordan Grace, Buff is the stuff. Enzo, Demolition, Wardlord, Barbarian, Boogeyman, and Snitsky. It's just insane. This is going to be so much fun. We can't wait to be there and see all the hard work pay off for you there, sir. So, I can't wait. This is going to be fun. Guys, if you're in the area, you have no excuse to not be at this show. None.
It's true.
I love you guys. Hey, I appreciate it. I can't wait to see you, spend some more time with you. Have a safe trip when you come down here. JR, I hope you make it, because if you got relation in Des Moines, you could have 2 weekends with them. The first weekend and second weekend in Des Moines. So
second weekend I can't, because I'm booked at the comedy club up in St. Paul.
Okay,
that's big time. But that's all right.
But I know, and everybody is very kind and understanding when I get these things.
But we'll see you in November. You'll see him in November.
Take good care of you. I hope to see you. Have a safe trip down.
Oh yeah,
North Dakota trip. Woo!
Have fun time.
That's a haul. Take your time.
At least it's not gonna be during snow. That's one of the reasons I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. Yeah, I gave no regard to Tom's troubles because he's top shelf and he should be. I honestly can't understand why he's just driving.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're top shelf, fly that jet, bitch.
All right, let's wrap this up before JR loses his fucking mind any further.
That's all how it goes. You guys, make sure you get to Bridge City Slam. It's coming up. We'll see you guys next week on Tuesday. Bye-bye.